On to you, Sagittarius. Come here. Hope y'all are having a great day. Come here, baby. My dog wanted to make a guest appearance. So I wanted to show y'all my dog. She wanted to make a guest appearance. Anyway, we have you have the World, the Star card, and you also have the Knight of Wands. So the reason why this is important for you, Sagittarius, is because it's a reminder for you, Sagittarius, to always just remember to take a look at the bigger picture. Sometimes you Sagittarius are so intelligent, you can forget to take a look at the bigger picture. This is about your own journey, okay? The people that you shared with. And so you Sagittarius have to essentially make peace with the life that you have. A lot of times, despite how much money people have and how much we get, if we're not on that path, we know that we're not, or we should look out for us not being on that path, based upon us not being able to understand that regardless of whatever life that we live, we have to find something good in it and actually rejoice in that, right? So a lot of you Sagittarius, you have found something good in this life. You found a lot of things, but this is just a reminder for you to remember to not only do that, but to keep yourself safe, to protect yourself. There's a lot of people out here that, don't see things from the perspective of, trying to be in a functional relationship. They too dysfunctional, and they know that. So they would try to sabotage. They will sabotage every kind of healthy relationship that they're in. They dysfunctional. They too far gone. They're too far gone. So the Knight of Wands represents, not defend yourself, but defend yourself. Keep yourself protected. Truly keep yourself protected. Still have your common sense. It's saying, not to be in love or anything like that, but don't fall into it. And what I mean when I say there's a difference between falling in love and I've only talked about this with a couple of zodiac signs. There's a difference between falling in love and being in love. Being in love means that it was like basically it was a decision that you made based upon the trust that you were building up between yourself internally, externally, and then with somebody else, right? You trust yourself enough to give this person a chance that if this person was to ever turn coat and betray you, you would bounce back from that. And you trust this person, right? Because this person seems to have similar values that you do. So why would this person look to betray you anyway? But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, and that's being in love. Falling in love is when you get duped into it, right? You're making an overly emotional decision based upon some form of excitement, right? The butterflies. This is what a lot of people will claim that they're chasing after. Those butterflies and all that other type of stuff. And I'm not saying that being in love doesn't have you have butterflies. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm talking about it from the perspective of like, you make wild, bold decisions based upon only the butterflies, right? Of the money or the fame or whatever. That's what I'm talking about, okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's literally what I'm talking about. Because people are ruining their lives behind that. The Eight of Pentacles now and the Page of Cups represent. Because, like I said before, they will try to have you fooled or duped, right? Into thinking that this is the real thing, and that's not actually what it is, right? They'll try to get you caught up in an illusion. And then you, Sagittarius yourselves, will allow yourself to be caught up in the illusion because deep down inside, you want that love. But the thing is that you a lot of you Aquarius don't know how to actually know the difference between if it is being in love or falling into it. Well, now you, now you Sagittarius, now you Sagittarius are beginning to understand the difference, right? I woke up not too long ago, You're beginning to understand the differences. And because of it, like I said, you're a lot more prepared. You're going into situations with both eyes open, a lot more clear-minded. You're not going to be easily, like I said, duped into thinking that all it is that you're getting is just a person that gives you butterflies, and you think that this person is amazing at first, and then, as you're dating them, you find out how terrible they are. The Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Swords is about how, because you've been through too much. A lot of you Sagittarius, you're probably saying that to yourselves right now, that, you've been through too much to still be acting like you making the same kind of decisions that you were, I don't know, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, And you're right. You've gained a whole lot of knowledge and a whole lot of wisdom since then. I'm seeing too this Eight of Pentacles as well. Some people have came through and said what's up to you, but the way that you interacted with them has changed. Before, a lot of you, and you Sagittarius even saw that, right? The King of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, which is what I'm going to continue to talk about. You got shocked at how you interacted with others. Before, it would have been, you would have just been melting. You would have just melted. You would have absolutely fell into whatever kind of situation if they looked a certain kind of way, or if they matched some sort of description in your head. You would have melted in some sort of way. But the thing about it is that not anymore, because you Sagittarius understand that it doesn't matter who it is. You're not supposed to, it doesn't matter if they have traits that you would like. You're not supposed to get caught up with only those traits. You're supposed to take a step. You're supposed to notice the traits, of course, but you're also supposed to take a step back and pay attention to the whole person in their entirety. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't want people, like for instance, you don't want people to judge you based upon only your brain, the fact that you come up with good ideas, or only your body, the fact that Sagittarius, a lot of you Sagittarius look good, right? Chrissy Teigen, Tyra Banks, Scarlett Johansson. A lot of Sagittarius be looking good, right? So you don't want to be just objectified for that. You want a person to look at it, look at the gumbo, right, that you bring to the table, right, and say, okay, but that's what I'm talking about. You bringing a gumbo. You bringing a lot to the table, and not just one thing. So it would be a no-brainer. It would be common sense for people to rock with you. You understand what I'm saying? And instead of just looking at you Sagittarius for only your good ideas when it comes to making money, or only your good luck, because a lot of you Sagittarius have amazing luck, because you keep things so jovially, or only your physical looks. And the things that the Ten of Pentacles is about, you now are observing if a person is observant to you, if they're paying attention to you, if they're actually really getting to know you, or if they're just looking at you for only what it is that I was talking about, right? And you Sagittarius will understand. But the good news is that, again, the Empress, you will learn if they are being truthful and real with you, or if they're being fake with you, and they're just faking it very early on, so you don't have to spend too much time. I'm seeing that a lot of you Sagittarius are learning how to become a lot more observant yourselves, a lot more observant, to where now this is a real situation with you, where you, Sagittarius, are learning to be able to spot the person to see if they're actually dating you or if they are like dating you for the narratives, you know? So let's clarify the Empress. Queen of Swords. Then you have the Five of Pentacles, Page of Wands, the Devil, and then you have the Four of Pentacles to clarify the Empress. The Queen of Swords and the Five of Pentacles to clarify the Empress, which is you. It represents, and don't be so harsh on others. Yes, be harsh, but don't ruminate on it about why you can't take them seriously. It's not the best thing for you to ruminate, because the Five of Pentacles, anybody that tries to get to know you that's faking it, they're going to be regretful that they didn't actually get to know you. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they would have actually learned their lesson. It just means that they are messed up. They angry that things played out like that. Because if things played out, see, this is what I'm trying to say. They're not upset over the principle of it all, the integrity of it all, the fact that they looked at you from that perspective and that they need to change their perspective. They're going to be regretful is what I'm saying. This is why you shouldn't be so caught up with your exes, right? This is why I encourage all the zodiac signs to stop being so caught up with their exes like that, especially if their exes were garbage, you know, because most of the times they don't actually learn from their lessons, you know, where they're like, okay, I shouldn't have looked at you, Sagittarius, like this. I shouldn't have done that. That was the problem in general. I was only looking at you, Sagittarius, from this perspective, when I should have been actually dating the Sagittarius as a whole, as an entirety, as a totality. They don't look at it like that. They don't look at it like that. And that's the thing that messes them up. The fact that they don't look at it like that. So why that's important in on itself is because it shows the difference between if they learn their lesson, or if they learn their lesson, or if they're just trying to play the game better, but they still in the game. If they're a lion that's on some stuff for real, right? They really trying to be in a relationship, or if they're a hyena, they're dysfunctional and they too far gone. So don't get upset. You know, just look at it for what it is. Soak up the knowledge and really just continue on with your life. And then you have the Page of Wands and the Devil card, which is you, Sagittarius. It doesn't mean that you are the villain. What it means is that you're slick now. You're very clever. You're able to actually think like how a person who's trying to use you and play you thinks, so that when, you know, you're prepared for it, you become how they think. So that you don't use it per se against other people, even though you can, and some of you Sagittarius are tempted to. I wouldn't suggest you use it, right? Because it's just going to set you back some. And we're not trying to set you back. We're trying to actually bring you and propel you forward where you want to be and beyond, right? Of course. So you're just using this knowledge to essentially defend yourself. That's what you should be looking out for. And the Four of Pentacles represents, you should also be understanding that, you know, you're not going to be doing too much, shelling out too much amount of money without really getting to know this person and without establishing any kind of relationship, without establishing something. So an example of this is you, Sagittarius. You're not going to, like, you know, you're not, it's funny, it's wild how it is. This is why it is that I say that this is the hurt game. It's about being as dysfunctional as possible. Because don't you, Sagittarius, find it odd that when people want to eat off of your dime, they have to run up these large bills. They have to, you know what I'm saying? When they eat on your dime, they have to, it's, you know, it's the punchline of like a rap or a punchline of a joke, right? They have to not just eat off your dime. No, because if it was about getting something to eat, you know, halal is very cheap. I hope halal don't rise just because I said that, you know what I'm saying? But because you know how stuff gets back to the matrix and now everything rises, you know, after you said it. No, I hope it gets cheaper actually with same quality or even better because it's really good. But halal food, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how halal food is cheap, right? If it was about eating, why couldn't the two of y'all just get halal food? And halal food is cheap and it's great. Lettuce, rice, goat or chicken. You understand what I'm saying? You know, whatever kind of toppings, hot sauce, you know, the pita sauce. If it was about something to eat. No, not only do we gotta eat, there's this emphasis on you gotta run your pockets for us to eat. This is why a lot of you Sagittarius are going to have your eyes open. This is why I say that it's very important for you to essentially establish some sort of relationship before you start spending a lot of money. I'm not saying for you not to spend money. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about large bills. You start really busting out the cash. If they're not okay with something as cheap as how, this is why it is I clown that. If they can't be okay with ice cream, what are you tripping about? Some of the best things, and I know for a fact because I live in New York, some of the best things, everybody want to talk about how New York is cheap. Not cheap. Everybody want to talk about how New York is cheapened the quality, right? Meaning that the quality of life is lowered while asking for more money. That's cap. Things can be expensive. And I live in New York City, Manhattan, as a matter of fact. Okay? The island or the borough where the Empire State Building is on, okay? Look, some things can be expensive in Manhattan. But not everything is expensive in Manhattan. That's cap, what a lot of people be talking about. Those people either never been to New York City or they don't live in New York City, but then they talk about New York City. It's like, anyway. But that's pretty much it though, right? That's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace.